On today's episode of WatchJRGo, this is the day when the sheetrock finishers come to take over and we have to leave. And there's a lot of work to do. What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and like I just said, we are doing sheetrock today. But not only are we doing sheetrock, we still don't have a lot of plumbing done, and a lot of plumbing still has to go in the walls. So Eric's just finishing up hanging up that sheet right there. So I'm finishing up drilling this hole right here. That's going to be a nightmare. It goes through like 3 pieces of wood. That's going to take quite a while to get done. And as soon as we're done with that, we should be able to start putting a ceiling in the bathroom. So we're getting really close. So there's what, 4 more pieces of sheetrock right here. We've got that one that's a little over a half sheet, and then a couple right there. And the outside will be done, and we get to start on the big, intensive, multiple cuts per sheet sections here. But either way, it's got to be done in a couple hours. This is the earliest we've ever started working in here though, and it feels amazing. It's actually cool outside, there's no humidity, and that won't last very long. Let's rock and roll. Hey, the Echo's back in here because it's all flat surfaces. I promise you guys the Echo will not be around for long. Sheetrock paint, and we'll start throwing furniture in this thing, and it will quiet down pretty quickly. But Eric just finished rocking that section right there. I just finished insulating the bathroom and getting mostly everything ready to rock. And as soon as he's back in here, I think we're gonna start sticking stuff together. Also, the shower's plumbed now, and I got all the plumbing stubbed out of the wall, if you can see that. We've got these cool brackets that force the 90s, so it kind of makes sure that you don't ever overbend your pecs. It's really cool. Before we close the wall in, we've got a couple other things to run, like our shower head and our hand shower there. And this valve is gonna be really cool when it's all put together. It's thermostatic. This is your on-off and your temp. And then this is how much your rain head or the main head, and this is how much your hand shower. We do know we have to make one more trip to town before the sheetrock finishers are here to pick up a little bit more 4-inch PVC for the toilet run and just a couple other miscellaneous things. So, you know, we're kind of tight once you put an hour-long trip to town in there. When the power went out last night and that storm was rolling in, we of course rushed to just bring everything inside as fast as we could, and we were beat after that. So we decided to go to the camper, open all the windows, try to go to sleep for a bit. The lineman showed up not too long after that, and then we finally, well, I went to sleep for 2 or 3 hours, and Eric said he never fell asleep because he was just couldn't sleep. Obviously we have this crazy deadline, and that does put a lot of stress on you, and I was like, well, no matter what, we have to sleep for a minute. But you know, he came back out, finished up that wall, and now he's been asleep for a while now. I hope he actually gets some sleep because I'm dying, I know he's dying. But with that said, all of our PEX is finally terminated on the manifold. I'll get clamps and I'll measure all those out until each pipe is, you know, perfectly symmetrical there, each piece of PEX. And we have it terminated on our shower valve here. We're good there. We got to put in these drop ears that everything mounts on. So those need little brackets, some wood shoved in there that we can mount those on. And everything's stubbed out. All we got to do is finish up our vents. As soon as that vent and the 4 inches done in the house, we can finish slapping the rest of the sheetrock on. It will be done today. I have a feeling we're still going to be hanging rock while the sheetrock guys are in here mudding and taping, but I think it'll take them quite a while to go around the entire thing. So we should be able to get away with a couple hours while we keep working, but we have to leave by the end of the day. And they said they want the place to themselves until Wednesday or Thursday when this is done. We're talking like they're finishing everything. Knock down textures on the ceiling. These are the guys that finished the Tech Throwback Studio sheetrock. Eric and I hung it, they finished it. It's unbelievably good. Their work is top notch. So if you see anything on the walls where you're like, that's not good enough, oh, it will be good enough. I can promise you guys that. This guy, when he's done, is flawless. and I'm super excited that we'll be painting next week probably. So we'll be ripping through it.
Many minutes later.
Well, it's now 6 p.m. I know I haven't made an update all day, but take a look at that. There's your update. We couldn't show you really any of this because we were humping max speed to get up to where we are right now. And now we're going home, so let's head outside and do a quick update. As you guys just saw, all the rock is up. The drywall experts are finishing it up because that is definitely not something we are experts at. So we got the rock up and well, we just finished that. Everyone's dead. I mean, this is one of the roughest days for sure. You know, we basically worked 24 hours straight, something like that, maybe longer. Who knows? It's basically 2 days straight. But we got all the doors to finish, all the interior stuff up. We've got all the trim, and as you guys mostly saw this weekend, we got everything plumbed, all the PEX is done, terminated, ready to rock and roll. All the drainage is basically done. We got to make 2 more connections under the house. That'll be easy compared to everything else that went down this weekend, like the vents and all the electrical that had to change. Just tons and tons and tons of stuff had to happen just this weekend. The front door went in, the back door went in, the stuff got trimmed out, the windows inside got trimmed out, all the rock, a whole lot of wire, tons of wiring, tons of ceiling boxes for stuff, a lot of math that took a lot of time since we're building this thing by the seat of our pants and not off like architectural drawings or something that tell us where everything sits by the inch. So, you know, we sent it as hard as we possibly could, and I think it was a pretty magical outcome. Also, I know you guys never got to see the siding, so let's go around back and take a quick look at that, because it looks great too. There's a few things left to finish out back there. I think some more trim, but we are sure close. Just a quick look at all this new siding. There's still a little bit of caulking to do, and then the paint happens immediately, as soon as we can get the paint going. So we're still gonna get all that trimmed back up and put a soffit in as well. So I went ahead and started just shoving wires out of the soffit because Eric said let's hang everything out of the soffit. When I say everything, I just mean like cameras, speakers, stuff like that. So our new speakers are here, obviously all the Sonos amps, most of the electronics. This is gonna be the most luxurious little place you could possibly rent. I mean, everything is first rate inside, all the best amenities. Yeah, all the same stuff that you'd have at home. That's really what we were going for on this house. The outdoor outlets got mounted. I don't know if that happened last week or this week. All the days kind of go together now. Another box got set for the light above the door there with some wire. All that siding, you can see that's how much we had to replace basically the entire back of the house. And we still have to clean up all the old stuff, get all that great stuff off of there. That door had to be custom built. Obviously, Eric and I probably had 2 hours in making that happen. I mean, Eric did most of it. More smart siding on here to trim this out. I cleaned up most of the hanging down insulation, everything but one piece. It's looking pretty good under here. And we installed the water heater, got it wired, plumbed, all of that's finished, all the PEX. I wanted to try to make my waterfall continue perfectly under the house. It's only close, it's not perfect, but. All of the plumbing under the house too got redone. We reran the main line so we go over the light and stuff like that. And we finally got hangers in, this stuff. These hangers are just junk. The hangers Lowe's sells for PEX are the worst hangers in the world. They should have screws or something, but they have nails in them, and you have to be hitting it with a sledgehammer for the nails to go into anything. It won't go into plywood. It took 2 of us to be able to hold this stuff in straight lines and shoot them in. It was not fun. That door shuts great. All of the doors shut great. That took a lot of time basically. Whole weekend was just working like crazy. And now we're dead. I think Eric just managed to get a quick shower in. We're about to hop in the trucks and head home. And it didn't help that we had to load everything out of the house. I mean, completely clear floor, as you saw, because they got to be able to walk around on sheetrock stilts. So I'm gonna fall over. I might pass out. Now that sheetrock ceiling's in though, and I even put some insulation in this morning. I grabbed some of the bags of insulation we saved. We pulled the insulation out of the old ceiling, bagged that stuff, which was crazy. I told you guys all about that. I went back, opened the bags and started pouring them back in and then smoothing them back out to be even with the rafters before we go back in and blow it in again. That wasn't fun. That was kind of a mistake, but you know, so we got all of the bats in because all the sheetrock's in, some insulation in the ceiling. That air conditioner is being a superhero now. The 50 amp box is mounted for car chargers and stuff like that, although we may change that around some. I need power over there. So 50 amps is about the right amount of power, you know? Anyway, a lot happened this weekend, basically everything. I tried to video as much as I can, but as you guys can tell, Friday and Saturday we got some video, and then Sunday we got less because we were just crushing it all day. And then today, Monday, we basically got none. But video or not, at least we got good progress updates. And my arm's breaking out, Eric's breaking out. I think we're full, our arms are like full of insulation. And anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching the Abandoned Mini Resort series. Next week, I think it'll be even more fun as we start actually hanging stuff on the walls, painting, and really getting the stuff that makes the house look like it's coming together done. Don't forget to head on over to shop WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time. And hopefully next time we don't have a power outage in the middle of the night while we're working and then have to go sleep in the 81% humidity with no air conditioning. It's honestly pretty wild that we're leaving for this weekend with all of the big stuff knocked out. And sure, there's a lot of big stuff left, flooring and cabinets, but we're a lot closer than we were before. I mean, when we walk in now, at least it feels like a brand new house.